Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with the brand new series that, you know, Disney has been talking about for a bazillion years and then finally
Yeah.
released it. We are talking about
hmm
Ahsoka. They released 2 episodes, I guess, right now. IMDb gave it an
hmm
8.4. That's not bad. What do you think about the 2 episodes you saw? What do you think about Ahsoka? And let me just say this.
Yeah.
I come from the Clone Wars. I watched the
hmm
Clone Wars probably 5 times, maybe six. I'm talking about like all six, seven, eight
Yeah, the whole series.
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
And I also
Yeah.
watched a little mini movie they had.
hmm
Ahsoka in that joint, even though she was a kid, as a
hmm
Padawan for like Anakin, dude, she was bad. She was bad.
Yeah, because you grew
Mhm.
to like her after a while. Because I've seen a couple seasons of the Clone Wars. I watched the
Mhm.
movie because that led right into Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
So
Mhm.
the guy was like, "Yeah, I gotta watch this now because it looked cool."
Yeah.
So I've seen it. I'm familiar with the character, but I'm not like in depth with the whole series because I've seen bits and pieces all over the place from
Yeah.
like season 1 to season 7, whatever. I just jump back and forth. I've seen episodes of it. I
Yeah.
do know what happened though,
Mhm.
and so I like the character. I especially like the growth of the character 'cause she was annoying. She was bratty at the beginning, and
Mhm.
she became like more useful,
Yeah.
interesting as a character after. She had like she went through trauma and had to go through failures and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
so like that's a well written character. So we get to the show, and
Mm.
my impression of the show is it feels like Star Wars and it looks like Star Wars, but it's
Yeah.
not Star Wars.
Yeah. You know,
It's
yeah.
like there's a character, the one that cut her hair off, for Sabine or whatever her name
Oh yeah,
is.
Sabine. Yeah, Sabine. She's
And when they were playing like
Ahsoka's
this rock
Padawan.
song, yeah,
Yeah.
so they're playing like a
Yeah.
rock song. I'm like,
Yo,
that's not Star Wars. George
listen.
Lucas would be punching air right now if he saw that. He'd be like, "Yo, what the hell are you doing? You don't do modern stuff in Star Wars, like the nails, like there's little things that you see that you're like,
Yeah.
that's not Star Wars. That's not
Yeah,
Star
see,
Wars."
that's what I was kind of saying about like Strange New Worlds. Like they're bringing in today's lexicon, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
our vernacular,
exactly.
into a
How they
sci-fi show
talk.
that's in the future. Come on, what is that all about?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
How they're talking Ahsoka is not Star Wars. The
No.
dialogue is not Star Wars.
Yeah.
And if you can see it. Like if you watch the movies, the first 6 movies, you
Mhm.
watch them and then you go watch this, you're like, well, it feels like Star Wars, it looks like Star Wars. They got the robots and everything, they got lightsabers, but this is not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like you could physically see the difference.
Yeah.
And 'cause George is real particular about making sure modern things is not here. Because he's like, this has to feel alien to us, otherwise we're not gonna accept it. And this is the problem with the show,
Yeah.
the way they're talking, the dialogue, and then the concepts and stuff like that. It's not right. It's just off. I can't
If
put my finger on it, but it's just
you
off.
know what, I'll tell you this, right? When the rock
Mhm.
song came on, dude, I almost lost it for real. I was just like, no,
Yeah,
seriously, I was like,
I was like, this is
because
trash.
full disclosure to everyone watching this and listening, I already
Mhm.
prejudge Ahsoka, and again, I love the character,
Mhm.
but when
Mhm.
they were talking about putting this like sitcom or not sitcom, who knows, it may be a sitcom, right? But when
It
they were
feels like a sitcom
yeah.
too.
When they were
That's the
talking
other
about putting
thing.
this, yeah, when they were talking about putting this show together, I was like, it's not going to work because we saw a little bit of her in The Mandalorian, and I was just like, she's just too calm. That's not Ahsoka. I know she grew up. I know she's a little older, the whole nine. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Ahsoka again. Which I know I'm not comparing the animation to the real life Ahsoka, what we're watching right now,
Mhm.
but Ahsoka was swift. She ran all the time. The way Ahsoka runs in this series, I'm like,
She's tired,
what
man.
is up? What is up?
Rosario Dawson is tired.
No, and Rosario is my girl. I had a crush on her for a long time. That's my girl, right?
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. I think this show is going to be all about, it's going to be all about just like times, you know, like different sort of
Mhm.
segments, you know, like for instance, when she crashed out of like the, you know, the glass, when she used her lightsabers to crash out of the glass,
Yeah,
that's something
the
that's cool.
visuals
Yeah.
of it.
Just like it's going to
Mhm.
be all about, like you said, like things that you can memify. That's it.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just like, because right now I'm
I don't
just
like
like,
that.
yeah, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, what is this all about? I mean, like they gave us 2 episodes. It's 8
Mhm.
episodes total. And the last
I may
time we
watch, I
watched
don't know.
the last time we watched The Mandalorian, when we watched Kenobi, and also your favorite show, Boba Fett,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
What did they do? What did they do in that show, right? All those 3 shows, they
Yeah.
gave us the bang bang, they gave us everything at the last episode. That's the
Yeah,
Disney, that's the
it's
Disney
boring
way.
for like
Yeah.
7 episodes is boring.
And it kind of
But
feels this way because the whole purpose of this show this season, she's looking for something.
mhm.
She's investigating something.
This is the thing I don't like. Modern Disney, all these shows are all about a MacGuffin. They're looking for a box. They're looking
Yeah.
for a person. They're looking
Yeah.
for a thing. Like they're not.
Mhm.
There's no story there.
Yeah.
Like because like you from the beginning, it's like oh she's looking for the Thrawn. She's looking for what like no, that's not Star Wars. Star Wars is a story about a kid who turns into the Darth Vader
Yeah.
and he gets overthrown the Empire with by his son. That's
Mhm.
Star Wars.
That's
That's
it.
the story is about this epic galactic battle over good and evil. That's
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's not about looking for MacGuffin. It's not looking for gotta get this map. Gotta look at this thing. And that map was a Rubik's cube. It's a round Rubik's cube. I got this. She's like, I can't get this thing to work. How? Okay, hold on. Explain to me. You found the ruins. You had to move all these things around, like your Laura Croft, your Tomb Raider. You're moving all these things around
Right.
to get this thing, and then you get it, and you're like, "Well, I gotta move anything. I don't know how this works. Like, what
Mhm.
you? How do you not figure out the things are together? Like,
Yeah.
how do you not see this?
And,
I don't understand. Like, that's the first thing I'll be like, "Yo, did you try twisting it? Try turning on and off? Like,
and then
logical."
and then the other thing was, and again, this is where when this segment happened, I was like, okay, I got to try to power through this. Ahsoka said,
Mhm.
no, stay here and try to, you know, open this thing, or try to, like, you know, see if you can like crack this whole code or whatever, right? What does she do
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
bratty kid? She goes
Immediately
on her little
leaves.
motorcycle, you know, her little, like, you know, whatever that joint is called. That was also a kind of corny scene too. See, that was like
That was extra
that
corny.
felt to me like a J.J. Abrams scene, you know, where, you know, it's just like
Yeah,
someone on a bike.
he has this exact same scene as in Star Trek, the
Yeah.
first Star Trek.
The movie. Yeah.
Captain Kirk is doing it in the movie. He
Yeah.
did the exact same thing. They're like, "Yo,
Yeah.
you gotta turn around." The space police were telling you gotta turn
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
Same
You know,
thing.
and I was just like,
Same
this is,
thing.
and then what she does, what does she do? She sort of turns the bike sideways on its side and slides under the ship. And I'm just like, oh, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
That's not cool. That's like, this
Yeah,
is,
Kirk just jumped off the cliff. I
this,
remember that. He just jumped
yeah,
off the
this felt
dumb.
like,
All this dumb.
this felt like the first hour of a Transformers movie. You know how it's just
Yeah.
cool stuff, people saying words, you know, like, oh, he's capping, all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of stuff. It's just like, come on.
Yeah.
This is
It,
this is this
it's
is
not Star Wars.
it's not Star Wars, but I will say this, right?
Mhm.
It really the reason why we really got into Andor is because it
Mhm.
looked and it felt like Star Wars, and the storytelling was phenomenal.
You know what it is? Andor looks like it's a lived-in world, like that people could actually be in this place.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
that's the connection to the old Star Wars is that, the ships weren't shiny and clean. They were dirty because people used them.
Right.
And, they went through battles and stuff like that. Nothing was like, the janitor must be paid $1 billion every day. He mops everything. Like,
Right.
that's not
Mhm.
Star Wars. It's a battleship.
Yeah.
Battleships could be dirty because they're
Mhm.
busy using them. So, like, everything doesn't feel like a real universe. It feels like somebody was like, "Oh, this is what Star Wars looks like." That's what it looks like. Like it looks like
Excuse me.
somebody was copying a version of a Star Wars painting. And they're like, we need droids here, and
Mhm.
droids could be funny, and you go, we need comic relief here. Like Star Wars is pretty serious. And the thing that
Yo,
annoys me,
it's pretty
the
serious, like you said. Yeah.
another thing that annoys me the most, nobody seems to die from lightsabers anymore. and nobody
Dude.
gets hurt from lightsabers anymore.
The
How many
lightsaber went,
Reva got stabbed twice by lightsabers. She's good to go. How
yo,
did I see
the
that?
lightsaber went through her.
Yeah, but okay, when you watch Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
When there was a lightsaber battle, you're losing something.
Yeah.
Just like if you were a samurai, you're gonna lose
Mhm.
your arm,
Yeah.
your leg's gonna get cut up.
Mhm.
Something's happening to you.
Yeah.
If you lose this battle, you're done for. And in this current Disney Star Wars, because they gotta make it for kids, even though somehow Star Wars was good for kids for the last 70 years, 30
Man,
years, whatever it
things
was.
are changing,
right?
dude.
So in all the 6 Star Wars movies, and somebody lost a battle, they lost something
Yeah.
important to them.
Mhm.
They lost the arm, they lost a limb, some kind of limb. They got the head cut off. Something happened to you. You lose the battles, you lose. All
You said
right.
the head was cut off for real.
Yeah, yo, it was serious. You in a battle with somebody, it's serious. You're losing something if you lose. At all 6 movies, in a lightsaber battle, someone got chopped something off. And they don't do that anymore. They just stab people and they're like, I'm better tomorrow. I just took this Robitussin and I'm good to go. Stab me in the heart. It's
Like,
all good.
I got
no, man,
a lightsaber went through me. Throw some Robitussin on it. I will say this about Ahsoka, right? It grew.
Yeah.
I mean, like, first of all, Dave Filoni and also John Favreau. Dude, the joint looks great. I mean, they go into different planets.
Like
you notice how, like, on Boba Fett, they weren't going to different planets. On the last season of Mandalorian, they weren't going to different planets. This one, they're going to different planets, the whole 9. I really like that. But
visually, it looks good.
Visually, it looks really good. I'm going to watch this show, right?
I may watch it. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm going to watch the show. Let's do this. How about we do this? Let's watch a couple more episodes. Let's watch the next episode and then figure out what we want to do. Because we're not quite sure if this is going to be a show we're going to review episodically. Because, again, I'm sorry to say, but I kind of already prejudged it just based on some of the trailers and everything. And the reason why I prejudged it is because of this, right? Looking at the trailers. History. And also looking at the trailers. Dude, Ahsoka does not move like Ahsoka. Again, I know she's a little older, but she does not move, and she's too calm. Ahsoka had like passion. She was like, no emotions, nothing like that. I'm like, this is not.
We said this offline. She's like a block of wood, and I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
she's like a block of wood. She's not there. I get like, when you become a Jedi Master, you're supposed to be more reserved.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
but all the other Jedi Masters before them at least had Yoda was cracking jokes. Like, he'll say like
exactly.
Mace Windu seemed like he was there.
Kenobi was cracking jokes. Yeah,
he cared that he was there. Like, I don't know. The vibe is that it's kind of boring.
It's boring.
And like the last 2 shows, it was very slow.
Yeah.
And then you got a lightsaber battle. You got some robots. You battle some robots. Like, okay, cool. Like, that feels like Star Wars. But like, it's been boring. And the reason why it's boring is because they're stretching this thing out for 8 episodes or 10 episodes, whatever it is.
Yeah, 8
Rather
episodes,
than,
man.
You could have made this a made-for-TV movie on Disney Plus and just call it a day.
Yo,
you can knock it out. All the good episodes get condensed into things.
Right, that's so true. And
that would have been better.
And before we wrap it up, and then they're gonna give us the they're gonna land the plane like in the last episode. And the other thing about this is, and I always say this about flicks, right, and like shows and everything else, is like, if the main character cannot run, if you cannot look like you are running and exerting energy to run, and you're running, get a double. Get a double.
I said that.
Yeah.
Her entire head's covered.
Yeah.
She's got this big giant thing on her head with the spikes and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
And she's wearing orange makeup and stuff like that. You could easily change her out for somebody else that looks like her, that's younger. And
I think she has a double.
I think she has a double. But I'm saying that you would not notice that a 20-year-old is doing all the stunts and backflips instead of her. You wouldn't notice it because she's wearing makeup. It'd be different if you could see her face completely. Like Obi-Wan is kind of tougher, but those guys did all their stunts anyway.
Yeah.
Even the last Obi-Wan Kenobi show, they did the lightsaber battle. It just looked good. It looked like
Yeah.
the old times.
That's true, man.
So, but they did that fight was extensive in the recent Revenge of the Sith. Like that was extensive. That's still my all time. I popped that movie in to watch that battle all the time, just to watch it. Like it was so good. But I mean, like if she looks tired, all right, and I can't. Yoda was like 800 years old and he's doing backflips. I know he's CGI and everything like that, but like if that's the impression that they give us is that when a Jedi Master is a Jedi Master, age is irrelevant to him. Because Count Dooku, all these guys are 80 years old. They had their stunt double do backflips for them. It feels like they're like, nah, we backflips. What are those? Like no. That's
exactly.
That's her part of her character is backflips and being fast and elusive. That's her character. I don't know.
I will say this though, the makeup is flawless. She looks exactly like Ahsoka.
It looks great.
It looks flawless, But I don't know about this show.
As far as the show looks good. It feels almost right.
Yeah.
But something's off.
Yeah, something is off.
I cannot put my finger on it. Something's off. And it's hurting the quality of the show because it's not quite.
And something was off with the last season of The Mandalorian. Something was off with Boba Fett. Something was off with Kenobi.
I think that this show and in particular Kenobi and Boba Fett, it's too much girl boss. It's too much girl boss. Like the girl riding the motorcycle, I don't need to see 20 minutes of her riding a motorcycle anywhere.
Yeah.
And how come the highway's empty? There's nobody in the city?
Yeah.
It's a giant city. No one drives. There's not wall-to-wall traffic on this planet. What is this?
That's crazy.
You're the only person on the highway? What's the point of the highway then?
And stop it.
Have ships flying in space,
and stop it with the today's music and the sci-fi show. Come on, please,
bro. I looked at that. I want to throw my remote. I'm like, this is trash. I'm honestly gonna watch one of the original Star Wars movies tonight just to cleanse my palate because I'm like, this is wrong. Everything wrong is wrong. George Lucas has to be fuming or laughing. I can't tell which is.
Yeah,
maybe both. He's got to be so annoyed that they desecrated his concept. Because he was banned from filming this show.
He's got a bag though.
I think the original Mandalorian, I think he was on set and once in a while they giving ideas, and it felt better. it was closer to the vision.
Yeah.
And then Kathleen Kennedy kind of banned him from coming down there and giving his insights on what was going on. And I feel like, okay, listen, right? Of all people on Earth, you want to talk to you about, does this scene make sense? It would be him. He has a monopoly on this. This is his baby.
Yeah.
He should be on every set of like, yo, what the hell you guys do with Boba Fett? This guy looks like he's 90 years old. What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for Boba Fett to it just seems like Boba Fett would just be farting every time he took a step, eating a lot of applesauce and taking lots of naps, throughout the day.
This is the thing. The Star Wars. The continuity is gone.
Yeah.
Because Boba Fett was like a 30-year-old or 25-year-old when he fell into the pit. He crawls out the pit a day later and he's 70 years old. How does this happen?
Dude.
What are we doing here?
I don't know what's going on with Disney and Star Wars, but Anyway, let's wrap this up. So 2 episodes and brand new show, Ahsoka. Disney Plus. What are you gonna rate this? Just give a review, a rating for both episodes.
2 ratings here.
Okay,
right. Visuals, I give it a 7.58. Visuals are really good. It feels good. It looks good. You can tell they spent money on the show because they want this to be a hit, right? Story and actual acting and action, I give it a 2.
Yeah.
Trash.
You know what? I'm going to concur. I'm going to give the production value, the way it looks, the way it feels.
Production's great.
An 8. Good. But the storytelling, no, that's a 2. That's a 2. Makeup and everything is cool, but it just again, once I heard the rock music, I was like, in Star Wars?
Yeah. We're not a club.
That's like Wu-Tang Clan, doing rock music. That's how silly it is. Stop it with this. It's it seems to me that all of these shows are trying so hard, and I don't even want to use the trendy because I don't want to use the W word.
Yes.
The W word is
Yeah,
dumb.
I know.
Right. You know,
I
they
know.
try so
They're
hard
trying
to be trendy. You know, they want to use the words that we're using in our everyday lexicon, you know, whatever, cap, you know, like special, you know, all this sort of stuff, right? It's just like,
if I
no,
was
you
watching
can't do
Game of
that
Thrones,
stuff. You can't
if
do
I was
that.
watching Game of Thrones and they play a Drake song, I would throw my TV out.
I'm done.
I'm like,
I'm
we're
done.
done
Yeah.
here. We're done here. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. It was like, yo, what are you doing? This is not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars is a particular feeling, and you guys are killing emotions with it. And then you have a storyline that's not a storyline. I don't care about MacGuffin.
Yeah.
It's not Star Wars.
And the other thing is, like, for this show to air on a Tuesday, I don't know if that means anything in, like, you know, Hollywood.
Yeah, usually you do weekends. It's like Friday, Saturday.
I don't know if that means anything, but that's pretty interesting. But there you have it. We both gave it an 8. You gave it an 8, right? Just the production and like the storytelling, a 2.
It's good. It's solid. Production was solid.
8 over 2.
Storytelling's trash.
Yeah, it's trash.
Dave Filoni needs to go back to drawing board. Just start over.
For real. Who knows? Maybe they get better. You know, maybe this is a slow burner. We will see.
You gotta kill it on the girl boss. You gotta tone that down a little bit.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
It's the blue hair, cut her hair off. Like, come on.
Not good. Here's the other thing, really, before we go. She cuts her hair off, and then when she meets Ahsoka, it's done. It's styled.
Yeah, she's all styled up.
It's just like, oh, wow, look at this. This is crazy. You know, whatever
and
it
then
is.
she talked about her haircut. Who would do that? She wouldn't even notice her haircut because she's a Jedi. She's not worried about earthly things.
Right.
About what you look like.
Dude.
You got rules to Jedi.
And she's a Mandalorian. She could put a helmet on. Come on.
They're like, we're going to put every buzzword into this thing.
It's insane. Man. And one other thing, I'm sorry about this. One other thing. Dude, is it me or is like half the cast like short as anything? Everyone's short in this joint. I'm looking at them. I'm like, is she 5'2"? Because I know Rosario is like 5'7" or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Rosario's pretty tall. They're all small people. They're little people in this show. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
we haven't talked about them going on to the spaceship, and the guy was like, "I'm onto your ruse. Let me just bring you on board so you can kill us all."
Right. Come on.
So stupid.
No, it's not a lot to talk about here. But you know what? Again, what we're gonna do? We're gonna watch the next episode. We're gonna talk offline.
I'll watch the next one,
and we'll see what's out. Yeah. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.